Ed and Eddy: The Mis-Edventures was released on September 30th, 2005 for the PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, Game Boy Advance, and PC. With this game being based off of Cartoon Network's most popular show at the time, there is the mystery of why this title seems to go under the radar. It is because this game is among the many licensed releases that were based off of a popular TV show or movie that plagued the early to mid 2000s with mostly bad and meteoric titles. So then this brings up the question of, is this a diamond in the rough that was forgotten about, or does it fit right into the meteoric mold? Let's find out. There isn't a cohesive story that the game follows, but rather an episodic format in the 8 scams offered in the game to emulate the show. It mainly follows the three Eds' attempt to concoct ways of getting the neighborhood kids into paying them so they could buy Jawbreakers, but there is a bit of variety here, such as the scam where you try to beat Kevin at getting a merit badge, or when you trek through the sewers to crash Jimmy's birthday party. The game attempts to recreate the rough and unstable animation style used in the show in both 3D for the gameplay and 2D for the cutscenes. This was done pretty well within the cutscenes, with the animation looking very close to its show counterpart even if the characters move awkwardly, but unfortunately the same cannot be said for the 3D interpretation, as all characters, put bluntly, look ugly and are very unpleasant to look at. Other than that, the world around them is perfectly fine, if not a bit bland. This is your standard 3D platformer wherein you are given the objective of getting to the end of the level by completing a set of tasks along the way. These tasks usually involve using the three Eds' special moves and abilities accordingly to solve puzzles and progress. While doing so, you also need to fight off enemies, collect money, defeat bosses, and even compete in a race. You use the left stick or D-pad to move and the C stick to control the camera. The A button jumps, the B button attacks, the Z button puts you into a first-person perspective, and the R trigger will let you change between the three Eds, while the left trigger is used to activate their special abilities. The X button is only used when playing as either Eddy for a stink bomb attack or double D to shoot his slingshot, while the Y button is only used as Ed for a ground pound attack or to dig in a sandbox, and double D when he's hacking into control panels. As mentioned before, the scams are their own self-contained story-based levels that revolve around the Eds and their many misadventures. This provides a few unique challenges and locations that the game has you visit, such as saving Jimmy's stuffed animal from a haunted mansion, or scouring the trailer park for Eddy's brother's lost treasure trove of Jawbreakers. This game is very easy. There are barely any enemies, there is no real penalty for dying, the puzzles are simplistic, and there are health pickups aplenty. I would say that the only hard parts are the boss fights, but even then, they can be beaten pretty easily. All the music is taken directly from the show, which means throughout the game you'll hear familiar tunes. The music in the show, and in turn the game, is soft jazz with soft horns and piano mixed in with a bit of on-tune whistling, which is perfectly represented in the show's theme tune. In my opinion, this is definitely the highlight of the game. So with all that said, I think the answer to the question asked at the beginning is obviously that the game does indeed fall into the meteoric mold and was forgotten about with good reasoning. Yes, the game does have the charm of having the voice actors, animation, and music from the show, but it simply does not have the gameplay to back it up. It's too simple and boring with barely any standout moments. So unfortunately, the verdict for this game is clear. I would not recommend it, just stick to watching the show. Thanks for watching.